Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Friday. It's time for some PSA hypocrisy. I mean, this is hypocrisy that we see time and time again with these grading companies who are trying to balance pretending to be for the collectors and being a business, making business decisions based on what's going to lose them the least amount of money when it comes down to doing the right thing. When it comes down to, we got to stand behind the fact that we authenticate things, but we don't stand behind the fact that they might not be authentic. They might not be factory original. Yes, I know. It seems like a broken record at this point in time, but I want you guys to have all of the information in front of you, whether you like to grade with PSA, whether you like to grade with any of these grading companies, whether you're doing it for money, whether you're doing it for your own personal collection because you like the plastic around them. Just keep your expectations down where they need to be. Now, we'll toss the disclaimer up here because we're going to have some juicy examples of some very altered cards that were authenticated by PSA, and now this is not a free pass for any of the scammy whammies, all of the card altering wiener babes to just do this because it's on PSA now. That's not how it works. You're committing fraud just because PSA is claiming that they can verify whether something's factory original or not, and they can't actually do so. Does not give you a free pass to rip people off. And that's what it's doing. I didn't disclose that it was altered. I didn't disclose that it wasn't. But third-party opinion, insert third-party opinion. I'm off scot-free. That's not how it works, unfortunately. Sorry to all the criminals out there. But let's get into what is a juicy little post by Auburn35 on Twitter. Auburn35 on the old blowout forums. Yes, you know where this is going. We're getting into altered card territory. We're getting into photo matching today and the hypocrisy that is PSA trying to pretend that they can't really verify for sure that something is altered or not when you have before and after images that clearly show that it's altered. Now, we have Darren Ravel, who put out an article, and this is where this response came from. And he just in, PSA card is entering the lucrative photo matching business. Our new top story this hour. Now, Auburn's reply is what I'm more interested in here, which is it's a good one. It's definitely, he brings up some important points. We have Auburn35, who says, as previously mentioned, I hope this results in PSA card adopting the same standards for cards. I 100% agree. I don't know why they couldn't. It's a collectible, and if you're gonna match old timey bats and memorabilia, it should be very easy to do with modern cards with very high res images, that some of which even came from you. PSA has historically rejected / ignored photo matching on thousands of documented altered cards, many with PSA's own photo matched images. Exactly. If it's a PSA scan, what's the problem? PSA, are your scans not good? Do they suck? If they suck, and you maybe you gotta explain why aren't they better? Why can't you photo match from a high res scan of a trading card? What you can't tell that piece is missing off of it? Blowout will show you that the piece is missing off of it, but you still do nothing about it because guess what? At the end of the day, PSA is a business and it's going to cost them money. They do not want it. There are hundreds of thousands of cards that are altered. It would surprise me if there were less than that. Because people have been gaming the system, and if PSA doesn't catch it, guess what? Are they gonna? They're gonna guarantee all that stuff. They sold you the services. They upcharged you on stuff in order to pay for that service, that extra guarantee, the PSA guarantee. Let's get into the posts here now. We have a nice little juicer that says, while PSA continues to ignore before and after photo matched images of altered cards, here's another example of PSA fully supporting the use of photo matching to help customers substantially increase its value. We got Sports Collectors Daily, Record Setter. We got a photo match turns a Babe Ruth bat into Record Setter. That is, oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. So you can do it when it increases the value of something, but you can't do it when it's an altered card that should be deactivated, because guess what? Someone's got to, it's like if we don't tell them it's altered, they won't know. They won't know it's altered. Don't tell them it's altered. They'll want their money back. PSA will have to pay out on it. All right, so we have a nice little Nat Turner post here that says, no, on the contrary, I think Boda's work is extremely reliable and well done, most probably accurate 95+% of the time. I would like you to show me one example with Boda Boda is the guys on Blowout. Blowout Detective Agency is what it stands for. Show me one example where Blowout showed before and after images of an altered card and it turned out to not be altered. Please, show just one example. Any. I would go ahead and say that it's 100% of the time, because I have yet to see a single example that was wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe there was. Anyone, please show me one example where the card wasn't actually altered. I would love to see it. Maybe PSA has some examples. Maybe they have some on standby where they can say, "Ooh, it's a good thing we checked this." It's not 95%. It's not 95 plus. It's always, until you find one that isn't. And even then, you should be saying like 99.9. They put countless cards before and after examples. We'll take a look at some today, later on in the video here. They don't mess up. The receipts are all there. The issue is that on the other side, if the information is ever tainted or erroneous, there is a collector with that card that is likely important to him or her. I don't know what this is dancing around, other than the fact that you don't want it to cost money. You don't want it to cost PSA money. It doesn't matter if it's important to him or her. Shouldn't they have the peace of mind that it's real, that it hasn't been altered, that it's factory original? Like this is I don't know. This logic is just, you're better off just not typing anything, man, because this is dumb. Like it's obvious. It's obvious that you just don't want to. You don't want to check these things. You should check the things, especially when it's coming from somebody that's been banned by PSA. Why would you not want to verify? You have before and after images of a card that has pieces missing, that has changes made to it, with your own PSA scans, coming from somebody that has been banned from PSA for altering cards and submitting altered cards. And you still don't think that something should be done about it? I get it. It's too many cards. Would PSA go under if they actually did the right thing and brought everything back and verified everything and make sure that it wasn't trimmed? Or put a new label on it saying that it was altered? Because if they did, it's going to drop in value and you get to pay out your customers. So maybe the business model is flawed. Maybe there shouldn't be a PSA guarantee. Maybe you shouldn't be authenticating cards. The concern is basically that the images in the wild lack solid provenance. Okay, not that anyone on Blowout would spend time falsely pointing out trim jobs. To my knowledge, there is no one in Boda. There's none of these guys in the Blowout Detective Agency they're not making any money off of this. It is free. It is a free service that they're providing you and the other grading companies. It blows my mind that you don't use it. And the thing is, the more you ignore it, the more you don't do anything about this stuff, the more that's going to get pushed through. Because these people they see like, oh, how many cards can I get away with? How many can I send through somebody else? So there needs to be a resolution. You need to be able to detect it. It's the same thing with the Kurt cream. It's how many cards are you going to accept with Kurt cream on them before you do something about it? Because guess what? It's not factory original anymore. It's an altered card. People are buying them based on the fact that they're trusting your expertise, which again, it's some low-wage employee that's pumping these things through. 30 seconds maybe they spend on a card. They put it in a plastic case and they send it off. So don't pretend that it's something more than that. I mean, maybe you have to pretend, or otherwise like the business goes under, because can PSA pay out 100,000 cards? Can they pay out 200,000? Especially when they start to get expensive, and they only typically become more expensive over time. Like as stuff ages, it becomes more expensive. If they got to pay out on those large dollar cards, we can see that they didn't even want to pay out on the Charizard that was clearly trimmed on the bottom. I don't think anything's come of that. They just wait until, I mean, they could have got a good deal on it if they just purchased it off PWCC. Would have been less than the previous sale. But again, like, you have, guys, please, you have to do your own research on these cards. The more valuable they are, the more likely they are to be altered. And you need to be looking for that stuff. We can use the photo evidence as probable cause to review, but we need to be able to identify it based on the card itself or photos we've taken and possessed. Okay, so there are plenty of examples where it's in a PSA case and then it's also in another PSA case. You have those photos. Maybe they're more high res on the PSA end of things. I don't know if they upload the full quality that they actually take the image of. I'm not sure on that process exactly. You have the images. You have before and after. You've done nothing. It's right there laid out in front of you for free at no charge by these people on Blowout. You do nothing about it. Mostly it is just the innocent until proven guilty model. This is insane. Sure, innocent until proven guilty. But when you have something to submit by somebody that's altering cards, that's known for altering cards, that's been banned by PSA, that has submit other altered cards, you have before and after images of this thing. And at what point? And we need the evidence to come from the evidence room versus the photos searched on the internet. Your whole business model is photos on the internet. Your whole cert verification is photos on the internet. What's the point of, so we can't trust those either? I will offer to use this forum, though, to review and or re-review anything that we feel would likely fall at a standard measurement deviation or have other evidence of trimming, like the cut angle, as we build some of that out. As we get better at this, I hope that we can confirm most of the great work done on the site. I don't know. They're either taking their sweet time or they have no intention, and this is fluff. It's business fluff that you hear from a business that doesn't want to spend money, because guess what? It's probably such a large amount of money for them to pay out on everything that's ever been altered that is just not doable. It's probably impossible. I mean, you see the same thing. Anytime someone has an issue, like something that was graded improperly, something that was altered, that it's inside the case with the fake stamp or anything like that, it's like pulling teeth to try to get them to pay out on the guarantee that they're charging money for. Every time they upcharge anyone's cards, that should be going towards a fund that is paying people out. Whether it is or not is a different story. I don't know how their accounting works exactly. I don't know whether if they have a fund, if they have a budget. They probably have a budget on how much they can pay out each quarter, each month, or whatever for guarantee stuff. But again, if you're paying for that stuff, it shouldn't be painful. It should not be painful. The process should be very easy. Hey, I have this card. It's got a fake stamp. Hey, I got this card in a PSA case. Whether you crack it out or not, if you can show that it's the same card, the same altered card, it should be covered. It shouldn't matter if it's deactivated before you purchase it or anything like that. I mean, their website does it. The cert verification doesn't even have images for the early stuff. Like, do they have images? If they did, they probably would have. So, like, that's the thing too. If they had earlier images, you would think that they would upload those earlier images, right? Instead of having to search and see if there's been an eBay sale and someone posted their own images or anything like that. Like, how long did it take them? They were just putting stuff in a case and with a label. Like, even more useless than it is today in terms of, like, verifying whether something's real or authentic or the actual card that was supposed to be graded under that cert. All right. On a separate note, I do think it's worth pointing out, I've been a member of Blowout and Net54. I think he has, like, 2 posts on Net54. For 7 and 10 years. On Blowout, he was, at one point in time, before being part of PSA, he was criticizing PSA for upcharges, which is kind of wild. So I think it's fair that all of a sudden, I mean, you can't criticize your own company. That would be rough. Understandable to some extent, but also the fact that you had criticisms, that you no longer have criticisms. If you're in there now, I don't think any changes were ever made to remove the upcharges. Maybe he just changed his mind and he understands that upcharges are necessary at this point in time. I mean, if you're going to pay out on people that have altered cards that you graded, that you authenticated, but correspondingly, and I've been tracking this issue for quite some time personally as a collector. Frankly, the incredible work here was part of the inspiration for Genamint. Where's the Genamint stuff? We've seen how many cards that have been submit multiple times that you should be able to scan match. This is not like super crazy technology or anything like that. If you have a scan, especially something that's really expensive and it has distinguishable features like a Pokemon card with a hollow pattern, you should know exactly when something comes back in. It should automatically on your system. That's not high tech. If there's 40 illustrators, 50 illustrators that exist, you should know when an illustrator comes back in. It should have always existed. I mean, there should have always been something in place there. I get it. The Logan 10 illustrator at that point in time, you probably didn't care. If somebody's spending $7 to submit that thing, you can't spend any time on it. But that's the thing too. It's just stuff gets expensive over time. So if you make mistakes when it's inexpensive, you're going to have to live with those mistakes later. So you need basically no mistakes. But they've made a ton of mistakes. There's a ton of people that were gaming the system, that were trimming stuff, that were altering stuff. Blowout points it out, and PSA can't do anything about it. I'm assuming they can't do anything about it. I mean, they could probably slowly hack away at it, but there needs to be preventative maintenance. Like the Kurt stuff took them way too long to do anything about it. And now it's just going to be a giant issue for them. I have a long history in computer vision and ML, but a lot of the print mark tracking was kind of what signaled me to the possibility that this could be done in an automated or semi-automated way. I place a lot of value in the specialized expertise represented here. I don't know, you call them 95%. And again, I'm going to stand by it's going to be either 100% or very close to it. And I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do, PSA. I'm going to show you the easy rattle tips for what you need to do in order to make this process as easy as possible, to make it so that the collectors can trust you. What's worse? You end up with a card, you're scrolling on Blowout because you've experienced some things in the hobby. You found out, hey, not everything is what it appears. There are people out there looking to commit fraud. And so you're scrolling through, you find your card. What do? You see before and after images. You trusted PSA to do the right thing. They've seen these images. You think they haven't seen the trimming thread? You think they haven't seen like the Evan Mathis stuff? They've seen it. It's right there. It's very available. It should be top priority. And then we have a response here. Why for cards submitted by known card doctors would you have an innocent until proven guilty model anyhow? 100% agree. I think it should be. If you want to play the game, if you want to pretend that you need to see it in person, you need to see the missing pieces of that card in person. You need to measure it. You need to look at the before and after images. Whatever you need to do. I mean, you can't have the pre-altered card in person. So I don't know why you can't just use your own scans for both of them. Now, before we move on to the solutions that I'm providing for PSA, you're welcome, PSA, and all the other grading companies who would like to use my solutions, my suggestions, my opinions, feel free to do so. I want you guys to let me know what you think down below. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, that's fine. I get it. There's always a certain bias with people. If you have a bunch of cards that are graded by PSA, you don't want to hear this stuff. The same if I make a video about CGC and if I criticize them, the CGC lovers are going to be, oh my God, they're angry. They get so angry. I mean, it's the same thing. I don't care. I'm not grading with any of them. I don't see the value in it. I value my own opinion more than I do that of the grading companies, and I think you should do the same if you're grading with them or if you're not. Now, thank you very much to everyone who has been heading on over to the link tree. The support is truly appreciated. The support has been awesome sauceum. We got all kinds of links. We got all kinds of discount codes there. If you're shopping anyway, by all means, use the discount codes. It supports the channel at the same time and saves you some money. Now there's some to click before you shop. That is more of just a thank you free way to support the channel. And it's great, especially if you're using code Rattle5 on Troll and Toad. That's going to essentially help us do the large opening streams is the current plan. If you guys use that code, support the channel that way, we should be able to bring back the super duper release day opening streams where we try to complete the set. And meanwhile, get yourself a nice 5% off. Works on anything and everything, pre-orders, all of that stuff, other than the Evo items, the third-party sellers. If they don't have the little coupon badge. So keep that in mind. And thank you to Card Market. If you're from Europe and you're not using Card Market, what are you even using? I've been using it, and yes, it requires me to use a middleman. If you sign up, you'll see which countries you can sign up from. But if you can't, you should be making friends in Pokemon. If you're not making friends in Pokemon, join the Discord, make some friends in Pokemon. And I've been picking up a lot of my variants. The hollow variants and everything else. Pokemon's been absolutely nuts recently, and my God, they put out a lot of variants. line hollows, cosmos hollows, star hollows, all kinds of stuff that's not accessible from where I am, or if you're in the US, doesn't matter. Now, solution time, PSA. Solution time. You see this every now and then, and they like to use this bad boy when there are counterfeits. So if, let's say we got a first edition base Charizard, let's say we got some kind of sports card that's being counterfeited, and it's in a terrible Chinese case. It's absolutely a garbage sauce to the extreme. You can tell night and day, side and side, that it is a fake card. They'll do this. They will deactivate the cert number. Why? Why? And why do they get rid of the images of the card itself? Is the better question. Because if you have the images of the card itself, maybe even use it as a learning tool. You can have the image of the card itself. You can have an image of the fake card, and you can say, like, here's the real one, here's the fake one. Make it very clear. Then people can see that it's real or fake. What? Does that not make sense? No? That doesn't make sense? Now, most of this stuff is high value, and you probably should be knowing whether it's real or not to begin with. It's wild to me that they can just deactivate your cert, then you got to send the card in, they're going to put a new cert on it, and the same thing is probably just going to happen over again. All they got to do is change the number. Usually the barcode is not even correct on the fake PSA slabs, fake PSA labels, that kind of thing. Now, why is it that if Blowout points out and shows before and after images of a card that's got pieces missing off of it, why can you not put one of these up? Why can't you temporarily deactivate? Why can't you just say, warning, this might be trimmed, please send it in to us, and we will verify whether it was or not? And the problem, it's already there. It already exists. So anytime that Blowout, and you can only have, you can have just the BOTA, you just have the trusted guys. You can just have it with examples that are egregious, like all of the ones that they point out. And you could say, hey, look at that. Send it in. Send it in to us at no charge. We'll check whether it's real, whether it's been altered, and we'll send it back to you, or we'll put it in an altered case, and we'll send you the monetary difference. Something like that. But guess what? That costs PSA money. This doesn't. This is useless in my opinion. I don't know why they do it. I don't see that. I get it. You want to prevent counterfeiting, I guess, but does it really? Like, show the real card. Why is the real card not there anymore? The real case, the real card, so that people, when they come across it, they're not just like assuming that it's always fake. I don't get it. Can someone please explain what the fuck that is? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Now we have, again, we had the Gary V Charizard that happened to. Made a video about that. Again, there was just fake versions where they used the same cert number. Voila, whip-de-doo. Now, let's get into some juicy examples with none other than Evan Mathis. He was in the Discord recently, being a troll, trying to be funny, talking about how he was altering cards, talking about how he was open about it. These are PSA scans, and this is before and after. This is the same card. It went from a 6 to a 7.5. So surely, Evan, who to my knowledge is banned from PSA for altering cards. Now he's probably submitting through other people, and that's why there needs to be a bigger solution than just banning someone. You need to be on the lookout for all of this stuff. If you find out that anyone's associated or submitting for someone else, I don't care if they're submitting for 1,000 other people. If they're submitting for someone that is banned from PSA, they should also be banned from PSA. That's how I would run it, but maybe I'm too strict. Maybe I don't want this stuff to slip through. Now we got a before and after. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is reasonable? You can see where it's been trimmed off. You can see that it's the same card. There's also the transactions that they're posting here, that it's associated with Evan Mathis, who openly admitted to trimming cards, altering cards in 2 videos that he published that he deleted for some reason. I didn't get a straight answer from him about why he would do that. I don't know why you would self-report for fraud, but then also delete that self-report. It's weird. Regardless, if you guess that it's still active, it's still active. And that is the first one in the Evan Mathis trimming super thread. Like, what the hell? This was in 2019, so lots of time. Surely he says that he checks the Blowout forums. Surely someone at PSA has seen this, right? If you're going to ban the guy, We got the Darren article here. I don't think it's too important. I think this video is long enough. If you guys want to read through it, you can pause it. You can go check out the cllct.com article itself. Check it out if you need to, if you want to. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good weekend. Love you guys. Take care of each other out there. Again, I hate when companies sugarcoat things and try to make it like they would do something if they could, but they can. Short of the fact that if they do it all at once, they probably go out of business, which is, I guess, not in their best interest. But still, at the same time, you at least want to probably cut down on the really egregious stuff. They're not doing anything proactive. Essentially, if you had these cards and you sent them in, if you own the cards, if you purchased the cards, let's say you buy one of these bad boys, the trimmed cards, one of these trimmed cards, this trimmed Peyton Manning that was sold at one point in time, Invest in Baseball, and you're like, shit, PSA, what the hell? And you fought with them for a bunch, and you sent them emails, and you were angry about it, and you said, hey, I need my money back on this. I don't even know what this sells for off the top of my head, but let's say you want that money back because you're like, what the hell? I looked on Blowout. You have to be very in tune with it. And then you have to be willing to waste a bunch of time fighting with PSA to get a refund because you bought something that wasn't factory original, that was trimmed, that's against their policies. Their own policies. They're claiming that they're out there to protect you. They're out there to make sure you get an authentic item. But they're probably not going to do anything until someone owns this and complains about it. Now, is it years from now when it's more expensive? Probably. So are they kind of shooting themselves in the foot by not doing something earlier? Also probably. But again, it probably reaches into so many cards that it might be an impossible thing at this point to rectify. Maybe they're hoping that it trickles in so that they don't have to just straight up blanket refund everyone that's ever purchased anything from these card altering wiener babes. But all right, join the Discord. See you next time. That's enough rambling. That's what I got for you today. I just think it's pretty ironic that we're gonna photo match, but we don't. Photo matching only applies when it's gonna make you money.